Blackstone and Urban Audiobooks present Bi-Curious Volume 1, Serenity, by Natalie Weber. This book is read by Rhyan Neco. Prologue. Serenity's tears flowed down her cheeks, and she couldn't stop her legs from quivering as she was in a clear view of the camcorder. She sat in a wooden chair, positioned perfectly center with the camera's lens. Her disheveled hair covered the right side of her face, making this beautiful young woman look like a tortured soul in distress. She couldn't believe the words that were about to come out of her mouth, but it was something that she had to do. She looked at the solid red light on top of the camera, indicating that it was recording, and took a couple of deep breaths before she began to speak. Trembling, she wiped the blood dripping from her nose before she spoke to the camera. I have been through so much this last year, and I am at the end of my rope. I saw the love of my life die. Because of me, Serenity cried. I killed Rock. She began to weep harder. Serenity tried to regain her composure. She gripped her head tightly and began to hyperventilate as she thought about what was about to come out of her mouth. She looked over at the stand to the right of her and picked up the small syringe filled with a lethal substance. Snot and tears continued to flow as she shook her head, trying to convince herself not to go through with the plan. Then, her trembling fingers picked up the syringe and placed it to her arm as she stared into the camera. Serenity began to wonder how she had put herself in the position she was currently in. Holding the needle to her arm, she whispered to the camera one last time, I don't want to live anymore. Students gathered around in front of the big jumbotron that sat in the middle of the college campus in complete shock and stunned silence. They were witnessing their fellow classmate confessing to a murder in front of the whole campus. It was noon, the usual time when many of the students gathered for lunch at the central campus. All of the students were totally devastated as they watched. Most of them thought it was a prank, but it was far more serious than they could ever imagine. Just before Serenity could push the poison-filled needle into her arm, the screen went blank, leaving everyone speechless. Chapter 1. 1 year earlier.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?